Hello Pisces, I'm going to be doing your yearly 2019 reading for a sun, moon, or rising Pisces. And before we begin, I'm going to do an energy clearing. Alright, and just to let you guys know, as I shuffle this deck, I'm going to be doing a 12 card spread, 12 cards for 12 months, each card for each month for the whole year of 2018 for Pisces. And then I'm also going to be doing a center wrap-up card to do for the lesson of the whole year for 2019. Alright Pisces, what's in store for you this coming year? Well, technically, already this year. Let's see. Okay. Let's move this over. Okay, and then we'll shuffle the next deck. Alright, Pisces, what's in store for you? Alright, well, let's begin. So, in the first month of January in 2018, we have foundation and achievements. And the purple is the symbol for spirituality in this deck. So, I feel like you're coming into this new year ideally wanting to create a really positive and welcoming living situation. The space that you're living in, I feel like you want to make it more harmonious for your family or just for yourself. You deserve to, create a life for yourself that you've truly been wanting. And I feel like this new year, that's kind of how you're coming in. You really want to achieve, creating a space for yourself that is ideally, what you've really been yearning for. And now you might finally get to a point where, you can make peace with where you're at, and I think you'll be pretty prosperous in where you're going to go and what you're going to, want to gain in this new year. Besides just home life, I feel like, that there's a lot of things that are going to be changing for you. Maybe this is a vision you're seeing for yourself this year, a beautiful home, a beautiful place, and you moving there with your family, or just you going to that place yourself. And so you're coming into this new year just creating intention and envisioning, setting intention and envisioning, what you really wish to have and what we have stored in your dreams. And so maybe, these dreams could just be reflecting back that, you want a solid, happy foundation and a home that is prosperous and harmonious and just something you feel good within. Because maybe you've been in an environment this starting of this year that hasn't been feeling so good. And you're reaching a point where you're really just wanting something for yourself that is giving back to you, that is nourishing you, and is nurturing you in ways that fulfill the areas maybe where you haven't been met. And so you know, what I'm getting from this is kind of coming up as a reminder that you can have this in your life. You just have to keep holding this vision and believe that you'll achieve receiving this in your future and then what's to come for you in the months ahead. Hopefully that made sense. And then in February we have Passion Ignited. Yes, I think you're going to see a vision of what you want for yourself this year. And then you're going to ignite your passion and you're going to spark up your drive and you're going to get going. Like, you're going to get started on creating this vision for yourself that you've had for a while. And it's going to, like, ignite this passion in you that's going to make you excited, you know, to start making things happen for yourself. Because, you know, maybe you've just been waiting for something to happen, but now you're coming to this point where you're realizing, like, you can't wait for something to happen. You just have to, like, do it yourself, and you have to make it happen. And I think you're going to reach this awareness of, like, oh, I'm ready now. Like, I'm tired of, like, waiting to be gifted or waiting for that opportunity to come to me to make something happen for myself that I want. I'm just going to create, like, I'm going to spark up my fire and create all these things in my life that I'm passionate about and what I want. And I'm finally ready and charged to create those things and make that space to make these things happen. So that's what I'm getting. Like, you're finally going to reach this point of maybe you were coming from a point of stagnation in 2018, and now you're going into this point of 2019 with a lot of charged energy, and you're just ready to create a lot this year. And then in March, we have Triumph. In the tarot, this would be the Chariot. So, yeah, you know, you are ready to charge forward. You are ready to make things happen. You have set your destination, and now you're going for it. And nothing is stopping you, Pisces. Like, you are ready to make big changes in your life for the better, because maybe you've been tired of dealing with things that have not been suitable for your health and have not just been giving you what you ideally need. And now you're just like, you know what, I'm passionate, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready to give myself what I need and nurture myself and take care of myself. So yeah, like, I'm ready to make these changes. I'm ready to move from these environments and find something better. And you will, Pisces. You're charging ahead. You're blazing through life. You're working through all the obstacles. And you know what? You're going to get to your destination and you're going to be successful as long as you stay dedicated and focused to the work that's ahead of you. And then in April, yeah, the red is also the material realm. We have material and spiritual prosperity. Yeah, so you're going to be getting to a place where you're finally going to, like, find a place of comfort, you know, and maybe luxury, maybe financially you're going to be in a better place in April, and you're going to get that raise or that better job that you ideally really wanted, or that career that you have been waiting to, like, you know, move forward, and now it's going to, like, get to a farther place where it's going to be giving back to you 10 times more. Whatever it is, Pisces, you're going to be very prosperous in what you're setting your goals to and your mind to this year, and you are going to receive a lot back in return for what you're putting in your work. And to just know that, like, if you are coming out of a time where you've been struggling, you will reach this place of satisfaction and material comfort, and you will, like, be in your worth, because I think that's what it's about this year, is being in your worth. Knowing how valuable you are and how much power you have to create what you really want for yourself, and how to eventually, like, reap, you know, the seeds that you've planted to get those rewards. So I think you are going to come out a victor eventually. It's just going to take some time to get there, but you'll get there. Just stay confident. And then in May, we have spiritual union. The green is the emotional realm. So I think, you know, because this relates to, like, the lovers, and this can go multiple ways, this card. I think in the springtime, you're going to be, maybe if you're in a relationship, you guys are going to reach a point of harmony, and you're going to be in sync, and you're finally going to be happy. And you, after, like, putting in all this work into each other and pouring in so much love, you're finally just going to be, like, connected as a whole together, and, like, a power couple is what I feel like. You're going to make some great things together. And if you're not coupled, or if you are coupled but it doesn't relate to your relationship, I feel like you're going to be coming together with other relations of people that you're connected with or that you're going to meet this year, and you guys are going to be in sync and you're going to be on the same page. Like both of you are going to have the same intentions and the same agenda, and you guys are going to come together to work together to support each other emotionally and to, like, you know, if you have all these goals, maybe you're going to meet people who have the same goals as you and want to team up, you know, and like make things happen. Whether it's like you're in a career and you're teaming up with other like-minded people to go farther and make something happen for what you guys are doing in this career, or if it's like a business and you guys are like making things happen, you're expanding your connections, you know, whatever it is, I think this is just relating to, like, you're gonna find some really powerful relations and relationships this year, and friendships and romance and family, and you're gonna, like, you guys are gonna be like giving each other a lot of energy, and you're gonna be putting a lot of love into each other's lives and helping each other like make a life that's more like, that's brighter and less like, you know, gloomy and negative. Because I think maybe you've had a history of maybe like dealing with people who weren't on your wavelength and that were not in sync with you and that were very draining and negative, and now you're going to come into this here with people who are in sync with you and who are basically are at your level, and that will charge you and that will charge them. The next card in June, we have moving on, and the blue is the intellectual realm. So I feel like, and this can go multiple ways, Pisces, you're going to be moving on from some negative areas in your life, and it could be like, if you're in a relationship, you could be moving away, moving on from a relationship that has been toxic for you, that has no longer been serving you in the ways that you've been needing, and now you're going to be moving away from that. If it's not relationship, it could also be like you're moving away from a home that hasn't been fulfilling your needs and has been very unhealthy and draining in your energy, and now you're moving to somewhere better, you know, to better horizons. You know, you're getting away from, you know, what is not serving you. As you can see, like, this man's looking ahead, he's not looking back. So you're moving away from being stuck in areas of the past, and you're ready to start new beginnings ahead for the better. And this could also be like moving away from old like thought patterns that were very like toxic and draining and just overall like not for your overall well-being. And so you're kind of going to be getting to a point where you're going to be fed up with the same old ways of doing things or taking on things or dealing with things, and you're finally just going to reach a point where you're ready to move on to something better because you're ready to upgrade your life instead of dealing with the same old stuck negative energy that has not been making you feel good within you. So that's what I'm getting from there. And then in July, we have, wait, hold on. Yep, July. We have hope in the tarot. This would be the Star. So I feel like after you go through these changes from moving onward, you might reach a point where you're going to be skeptical about things getting better and turning out for your benefit, because maybe you've had a history of things not always going well for you when you wanted them to, and you've had to just deal with some painstaking situations. And this is kind of coming up to let you know, to give you that nudge that there is hope for you, Pisces. There is a bright future ahead of you. There is a lot to believe in and to look forward to. Like, there is a lot of potential awaiting you in these changes ahead, but you have to believe and be optimistic and hopeful in what is coming in your future, and to just know like that things can turn out for your better. You just have to create a better lifestyle for yourself in this way, but the light will shine on your life once you make these positive changes that are moving away from these negative areas of your life that have kept you stuck. And then in August, we have Stand Your Ground. So again, this is kind of like letting you know, whatever negative mistreatment you've been putting up with, because as a Pisces, you guys can be very generous in helping those around you, And maybe it's getting to a point where like this lesson is coming up that you cannot let people abuse you and take advantage of the help that you offer. Because if it's to the point where it's to your detriment and it's draining you, and what you're offering to others is only bringing you down because they're just taking from you, then you need to like rise above and stand your ground and have the courage to stand up for yourself and say no, and set those boundaries and say, no, I'm not going to put up with doing this anymore. Like, I've already given so much and I can't be walked on all over anymore. I can't give in anymore. Like, I really need to set some firm boundaries and hold my ground and really like be in my power and in my strength, and just say that, you know what, like, I'm not going to allow this anymore, and I'm going to do what's right for me. Instead of always what's right for others, you got to do what's right for yourself, Pisces. And you got to stop like letting people walk all over you just because you're offering them help. You got to find ways to like I said, you know, set that line, you know, create that boundary and let people know like they cannot cross that, and you will stand firm in your beliefs and protecting your energy. This can also be coming up to let you know, like, if it's not people, it could be you being your own worst enemy. You know, you could be treating yourself unfairly, falling into seeds of doubt, listening to that inner critic within you that's telling you all these things that are negative, that are not even true, and you might fall like vulnerable to it and give in and not stand in your strength and say no. Because sometimes you guys can be pretty insecure and believe things when it comes to like what your inner critic is saying. You might believe, you know, what that voice is saying, and you might give in and give your power away to your own self, like being your own worst enemy, instead of like holding your energy and knowing like, no, like that is not real. I don't have to fall into that. I don't have to fall, you know, victim to my insecurities. Like, I don't have to like let, you know, seeds of doubt manifest into my life because I'm creating that. Like, you know, you have to have the courage to go within and face the shadow, to really rise above and, you know, stand in your strength and hold your ground. And I think that's kind of where the hope is even coming in, to remind you that like there are better things ahead, but you have to believe instead of falling vulnerable to the doubt, and just having that courage to, like I said, rise above it. And then in September we have discontent and boredom. So maybe in September you're going to reach a point where things are going to slow down and be in an area where you're not going to be really pleased with what's happening. You might be really bored. There might be not much for you to do that's like really, you know, energizing you and giving you something to be excited about. Whether if you were a Pisces that just left a relationship and now you're single and you're just very discontent with how life is in your single life, and you just find that there's not much for you to do or to enjoy or to share with somebody. If it's not the case, whether you're coupled or not, and it's not related to relationship, it could just be you're not happy and satisfied with how life is treating you. It could be like how work is going in your financial realm and you're not happy with your job. It could be, again, like a living situation, or it could just be, again, like the relationship with yourself and you're not happy with that and you want to change it, but at the moment, like, you just don't know how to go about it. You're kind of just stuck. It could be a lot of different things, Pisces, but whatever it is that's kind of slowing down in this time of your life that you're going to be discontent with, you just have to remember that these are all phases. These are all lessons for you, and you're meant to go through all these stages so then you can rise above again and be in your strength. And then in October we have Destiny. In the tarot, this would be the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like after going through a slow period, then you're going to come into this next stage where you're going to find some opportunities awaiting you that are destined for you, to show you how you are destined for greatness when you decide to make better changes and put yourself out there and go for what you really desire. So I feel like this is just coming up to say that there is a lot of beautiful things in your future that you can have, that you can create, that are destined for you. But you have to like be able to allow yourself, you know, to put yourself out there to receive these opportunities and really go for them. It's also just to let you know, like, all these problems that you have been dealing with can be replaced with solutions, but you have to believe in destiny, and you have to learn to let go of like old issues. You're given this chance to understand that lessons come to give you wisdom from your past, you know, because you have to learn from your past to then create like a better future in your destiny, right? And that enables you to move steadily forward in a positive direction. And you have to hold on to strong belief that, you know, you deserve to be happy and prosperous and have abundance in all areas of your life. That's the key. But you have to have like that confident mindset, Pisces, in order to make that happen and know that the impossible can indeed become the possible. So just know, like, to take advantage of all the opportunities that are going to come for you in this year ahead, and to take responsibility on, you know, on your actions and how you go about making those opportunities happen for you. And just know that, like, destiny is in your favor. Don't rely on things to just be gifted to you by luck or chance. Like, go out there and make things happen, because, you know, just like the Wheel of Fortune, it will spin again and things will change again. So whatever opportunities arise, take them, because maybe this is another thing that's coming up, maybe in the past you've had a history of not, you know, taking the opportunity when it was given to you, and you let it slide by and you missed those chances and those opportunities, and maybe you had regretted it or felt bad that you didn't do something different. And I think this year is like a sign to show you need to do something different, and believe that there are plenty of opportunities out there awaiting you. You just have to go out there seeking those opportunities, and you will be destined for greatness when you do. And then in November we have mental conflict. So maybe when you're getting to the end of this year, you're going to come to this realization that maybe you're very conflicted about what decisions you need to make, what direction you need to go in for the next coming year that's going to be ahead after you're wrapping up the end of this year. And you might be unsure of yourself, of where you need to go, who you need to be, what you need to do to fulfill your destiny. You know, this could also be showing that, again, like the inner critic, self-doubt, there could be this voice in your head that tells you all these things of how things could play out, and that makes you skeptical of making a decision, because maybe that's where you're kind of conflicted. You don't know if you have it in you, like if you have the will to make the right decision, like how should I put this? Like if you do have what it takes to make an abundant life, and you might be afraid to make a decision because maybe you just don't know, maybe you're confused about, you know, what you really want for yourself, and that maybe that's where this mental confliction is coming up. It can go in so many different ways, but you have to find a way to work around, you know, these boundaries in your mind that hold you back from taking the action and making the right decisions for yourself. Because no matter what, Pisces, like, you will make the right decision or decisions, and you will figure it out, but you have to find a way to get out of this like mental clutter that's been keeping you stuck and holding you back from taking these opportunities and making these decisions. Because, you know, this is also right next to the Destiny Wheel of Fortune card, which talks about opportunities, and I feel like it's also coming up to let you know, like, you cannot let your mind play games and tricks on you to make you afraid to take the chance and the opportunities to extend and go for something different that's going to benefit you. You have to get past the mental muck and the fog, and to really, like, to come back to this, to rise above all of that, and to really, like, find clarity within yourself, and know, once you like meditate on everything, that, you know, you have all the answers within you, and you know in your heart you will make the right decision. You just have to like listen less to that inner critic and listen more to what your heart is really telling you, what your intuition is telling you, and then all this confusion will eventually clear up. And then in the end of the year, in December, we have new beginnings. And in the tarot, this would be the Fool. So I think at the end of the year, you're finally going to reach this awareness of what you want to do, and you're going to be ready to explore unknown areas of your life, and you're going to be excited, and you're going to be adventurous and playful and ready to take on the world in a new, improved way, like in a version of you that's new and improved. And you're gonna make really great changes, because now, like, after going through all this internal and physical work, now you're gonna like reach the end of the year where you're like, okay, now let me embark on this journey. I'm ready. Like, now after doing all this work, you've earned this place of being ready to finally like get to the destination you've been seeking. But in order to have gotten to that place, like, you had to, you know, go through all these chapters with yourself to finally realize like what you want and who you're destined to become. And that's where and then that's when these opportunities of new beginnings will be awaiting for you, after all the changes that you have to go through within to finally reach that point. And you will have bright new beginnings and horizons ahead of you, Pisces. You just have to believe and stay disciplined in doing the work and determined in it. And then to wrap up the year in the center lesson, we have the Chariot. Discipline and determination are the keywords. And then it's the Rhino. So I'm going to read this card to you. It's kind of interesting that we got that one for the center lesson. Okay. Charging toward his destination, Rhino meets conflict head-on, yet discovers new solutions along the way. Refusing to be sidetracked by obstacles, he determinedly takes on a challenge so that he may move onward and upward. With the confident spirit of Rhino entering your realm, he'll be your guide in accessing the determination needed for a successful outcome. When your energies are focused, your spirit will ignite its unlimited willpower. Keywords: self-empowerment, focus, determination, discipline, action, ambition, progress, and victory. Yeah, Pisces, so that's what it's going to be all about for you this year. Stay determined, empower yourself more, and criticize yourself less. Stay focused. Don't let the challenges and the obstacles keep you stuck. Move past them, move around them, and go and then rise above them. And just know that you can have the discipline and the ambition to make progress with your life this year, but you also have to take the action to make it all happen, okay? Because it won't just happen for you. You have to make the changes and make it happen, but you can't let anything get in your way to make these changes possible, okay? So I just want you to know that you will be successful in your outcome as long as you don't let anything, including yourself, stop you from having what you want. All right, Pisces, wow. Well, I think honestly, you have a big year ahead of you, but all the work is going to be extremely worth it, and it's definitely something to look forward to. So I hope this reading was very helpful to you with the insights that came up, and that you have a splendid, happy new year. And if you want to do a one-on-one personal reading with me, you can go to the description link box below and go to my Instagram, Mystic Yasmin, and then you can send me a message on there. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and until next time, Pisces.